Well, hello everybody, welcome back to the Ice Cloud 2275 stream. Hope you're all doing well this fine day. I'm doing good. Ready and raring to bring you another rousing episode of Final Fantasy 15. Episode Ardyn, the Prodigal Son. Again, spoiler warning, as you know, the recommendation is that you play or watch this before completing the main game. But chronologically in my head it makes sense to play it here. I think I read something about that. So I'm playing it here. If you're not that bothered and you're just enjoying the gameplay, come join me in episode Ardyn. Yes, normal please. Having turned the Empire to shambles and shrouded the world in darkness, Ardyn, erstwhile healer of those who ailed, now sits atop the Lucian throne, denied to him by the crystal some 2 millennia ago. When we get into it. Too spoiled with the PlayStation 5. So much loading. Loading. More loading. And we're in.
Long ago, there lived a man, blessed by the gods and revered by the people as their savior. His name was Ardyn Lucis Kylum, and he was to have served as the first king of Lucis.
Tension between the two countries remains high, with neither nation showing signs of backing down. In other news, a member of the Border Patrol has been reported MIA since sometime before dawn this morning. The missing officer has been identified as 28-year-old Mars Sapientia. Although Officer Sapientia allegedly reported for duty at his appointed time, fellow officers say he disappeared soon after and has not been sighted since. Officer Sapientia is a tall, fair-skinned male, and was last seen wearing his Border Patrol fatigues. Anyone with information on Officer Sapientia's whereabouts are requested to contact the Crown City Police immediately. And now a word from the Public Information Bureau. Today marks the anniversary of the founding of the Kingdom of Lucis. The Founders' Day Committee has prepared a number of attractions in honor of this auspicious occasion, including a parade around the Citadel as well as a statue of the Founder King himself. All are welcome and encouraged to participate in today's festivities. This has been a message from the Public Information Bureau.
What about you?
Now, onto the weather.
Shouldn't you be looking for your buddy?
Today in the Crown City, we expect mild
Oh,
and sunny
no.
weather with nothing but blue skies.
I'm on
The
special
Borderlands
assignment.
may experience some inclement weather, starting in the evening and continuing throughout the night. That concludes today's news and weather.
Home, sweet home at last.
Welcome to the Founders Day Festival. In a moment, the parade will begin making its way through the city. King Regis is scheduled to participate in the festivities, circling the citadel alongside the statue of the founder king, Somnus Lucis Caelum.
Explore the Crown City.
So this is the city Somnus built. Built on the back of his own flesh and blood. Just look at them, free of care and unaware of the war beyond their wall.
In order to ensure the safety of all festival goers, we ask that you please follow all staff instructions. Vehicular access will also be limited in some areas around the citadel for the festival's duration. In addition, traffic will be stopped entirely during the parade. We thank you for your cooperation.
What need is there to worry when brick and mortar blinds them to the suffering outside? Why venture out into the world when you feel so safe within? What a life to live. This is the statue of the Founder King? I see the sculptor took quite a few liberties. And that must be the king's castle.
We should. No, absolutely. Yeah. No. Absolutely.
Now, let the fireworks begin!
Okay.
Right, let's go.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Cursed be the waving wings of the gods.
Tale of the Fallen King and Prisoner of Fate. The year is 734. Spirits are high as the Crown City, as all of Insomnia prepares to celebrate Founders Day. Yet the citizens of Lucian Capital are in for a rude awakening. Ardyn has returned to interrupt their peaceful reverie and wreak havoc upon his former home, first reflecting on the events that brought him here. Bad, Ardyn. You don't do that to people.
Oh, Ardyn, you can't expect me to believe that.
Oh, but I do. You have my word.
Well, in that case... You look exhausted, my love. Are you all right?
I am. The gods bless me with a power and a purpose to cure people of what ails them. I must see their will be done.
Your devotion shall not go unnoticed. The gods will doubtless be watching over you. Just as I shall be watching over you every step of the way. It seems to me the cure for your exhaustion is comprised of two things, one of which is rest.
Oh? And the other?
Is me.
Oh, Era, pray be with me, always.
He's alive. Just as the ancient texts told.
Who?
Take him away.
Don't touch me.
Status report. Everything is fine here.
Roger that. We'll transport the subject to your location.
And we'll have the medical team ready as planned.
What's the situation over there?
Nothing to report. We're just...
Adagium sighted!
Adagium?
Get it back in the cell. No matter what. We can't let that thing off this island.
Stop. Cease this. Cease this.
At once!
Ardyn enters overkill when his HP falls below 0. While in this undying state, his attacks deal little damage, but his maximum HP falls every time he takes a hit. When Ardyn's max HP falls to 0, the game is over. Okay. Press circle to attack with your arsenal of royal arms, or hold to blitz the enemy with consecutive attacks. Square to dodge incoming attacks, hold square to quickly shadow step around the field. Land 5 instead 6 strikes to perform the finisher, creating an opening to demonify the enemy. Press triangle when the enemy is vulnerable and demonify them to harvest their life force. Demonify.
What sins must I atone?
These memories are not my own. Could they be? His? I didn't purge him of the scourge. I bestowed it upon him.
Incredible. His power's unbelievable. Hey!
Eminent magic-technological expert Versatile Bessitia steals away from the Umbra Isle of Angel Guard and absconds with Lucius Darket's secret. Ardyn. He escorts the subject back to one of his Empire's Magitech research facilities for further studying. Angel Guard was where Noctis came out of. It's funny how that's a nice parallel of each other. They've put in like 4 years after the game was released. Chapter 2. Illusory Truth.
Era. Somnus.
Forgive me, brother, but the throne seats only one.
Gods, no!
Ardyn.
ME722.
Ardyn Azunia, Chief Besithia would like to see you.
Awakening. Go to Prodigal. Superior Restorative. Bethesda's Journal. New information added to the data logs. Review it in the Archives menu. Ardyn can equip variety gear. The icon legend can be viewed in the main menu with triangle. Laboratory garb. Archives. The archives hold memories from your journey. Photos you have taken or data log. Data log. Right, so we got two. The journal. Chief Bethesda's Journal. The Star Scourge. The plague that ravaged our star centuries ago died out for a time, and with it went all knowledge of the monsters it spawned. Yet since the discovery of a mutant strain of Plasmodia here on our very soil, that ominous word has re-entered our lexicon. Daemon. What caused this scourge to resurge? I hypothesize that it began with the rise of our population that began in the latter half of this millennium. While adoption of magic technology has vastly improved the life of citizens across the Empire, the territorial expansion, if enabled, may also have reactivated Plasmodia that remained dormant for many years. If so, then the true spread of the Star Scourge may have only just begun. Nothing to scroll. And Rakahaska Blade. A sword that has stayed at Ardyn's side for roughly 2,000 years, flying forth at his command. One half of a pair, the Rakahaska Blade was forged alongside the blade of the Mystic, beloved glaive of Ardyn's younger brother, Summus Lucius Callum. Both blades possess different properties, forming a devastatingly destructive arsenal when wielded together. While one can assume both swords were imbued with the hope that the brothers Callum would rule in tandem, envy and ambition ultimately tore the two apart. Oh, new journal. Okay. Yep. I'm going. This is going to be a reedy episode. And we got Yen. Daemons. I was but a boy when I about 716 in the 4th month on the 9th. I was but a boy when I saw my first Daemon, a wild canine run afoul of Plasmodia. The fear that it was consumed, fear that should have consumed me was itself engulfed by an intense excitement, much like the dark miasma that spreads across the land and bolts out any trace of light or life. Some might deem me a madman, vilifying me for researching a wicked plague that brings naught but death. However, be it the magic technology of old or the daemons of our day, understanding that which we fear is a vital step towards enlightenment.
Nothing here to interest me. Nothing here to interest me. Might as well head out.
Wow. These were a lot prettier when they were fresh.
I dare say this outfit wasn't tailor-made. Not the most enthralling view. Not the most enthralling view.
More journals from Bastidia. Right, dialogue. Bastidia Journal, the Ardyn. Although Along dismissed it as some foolish fairy tale. I'm tired. The recent discovery of an ancient text tucked away in one of the kingdom's royal tombs has convinced me that Ardyn is real. According to the tomb, the inhuman entity born of the darkness has lived in the shadow of the angel god for some 2 millennia. Perhaps the Lucians feared its supposed superhuman strength and potential for destruction. Yet to let such power go untapped would be incredibly wasteful. The military may have scoffed at us researchers for the lack of tangible progress on our Magitech infantry and demonic studies, but if we harvest this immortal monster and harness the secret it holds, we may indeed laugh last.
Come, have a seat.
Gods above, we thank you for the bounty you have laid before us.
Don't want your food getting cold, do you? Are you enjoying your stay?
No.
You've been asleep for years. Learning to appreciate the waking world will take time. Perhaps I can help enlighten you while we dine.
How long has it been since you brought me here?
204 days. Roughly 7 months or so. Then again, the Lucians had you locked away in that prison for nearly 2 millennia. I'd be more surprised if you hadn't lost all concept of time. You must loathe those Lucians for what they did to you.
What is this food?
Meat, cloned in this facility.
Cloned?
We cultivated somatic cells, used them as donors to fuse the nucleus transplant cells to the recipient oocytes, and then we...
Enough! I've no ear for the ramblings of a lunatic. Was your examination of me a fruitful one?
Oh yes, you've proven far more fascinating than expected. No wonder they kept you locked away. To think the powers of a demon could dwell within the heart of a man, it's incredible. The Star Scourge doesn't sap your life force, it gives you more. Your cells can regenerate themselves, and you can demonify other life forms as well. There's no doubt you are...
A monster.
Not a monster, a marvel. I can't wait to unravel all your mysteries.
What is it you want from me, anyhow? What about me interests you so?
You said it yourself, didn't you? You were chosen by the gods, and frankly, with powers like yours, I'd say you're nearly a god in your own right. We need those powers that you possess. With your strength on our side, we could finally put an end to the gruesome war with Lucis. You too must desire the fall of the kingdom that cast you into exile.
My desires are all in the past.
The man who wronged you may have died long ago, but his descendants live on to this day. Surely you must bear them some feelings of ill will.
My feelings are none of your concern.
Come along.
Ah, another edgelord.
This is the fruit of my labor. A small portion of it, that is. I envy you. A human life is too short to truly understand all there is to know about the world. Go on, have a look.
Oh.
Alright, let's have a look at these archives. Bethesda's Journal, The Rock of Ravatoth. Acting on the tip we received from a friend in the private sector, we have sent an excavation expedition to the top of the Rock of Prodigal. Unlike the immovable Archeon at the Disc of the Dauntless, the body of the Infernal should be unobscured and ready for transport, assuming our team can reach the peak. That is, legends say the Infernal bestowed a gift of fire upon mankind in antiquity, and this burning wisdom helped forge the foundations of what became civilization of Sorenheim. And now, with the fabled flame within my grasp, I can take my first step toward divinity. 'Tis a wondrous day indeed. And the Dragon of Tepal. The team we dispatched to the Tepal Crag has returned with a fascinating report. Their landing craft came under assault by a flying dragon as soon as they entered the valley. Hearing the story, it could not be helped but recall the passage I once read about the legendary Blade Master, which stated he guarded the Founder King with his glaive in hand and his dragon at his side. This would mean the creature they encountered had been guarding the gorge for nearly 2 millennia, and if one of these Lucian legends had proved true, perhaps the kingdom's fairy tales are more than rumors after all, even the whispers about the undying. Journal. Alright. The Draconian. Of all the gods above, least is known about the Draconian. Neither tutelary deity or a regular fixture in written record. The Blade Keeper has left behind nary a trace save for his name. Some legends suggest he selected a king to lead Lucius and bestow upon the chosen one the fabled ring and crystal. In my opinion, it all sounds like the type of tale that the royal family may concoct to justify their hold on power, but perhaps we can explore the matter more in depth by paying a visit to Lucian's confidence in Tenebra. I don't know why I'm so tired. So yawny. Just need more oxygen. My body's begging for more oxygen.
This is our world?
Birth of the Star, descendants of the Astrals. Birth of Mankind, Blessing of Fire, Rise of Solheim.
The mechanized civilization of Solheim is presumed to have originated in the Disgaea and Klang regions. Exactly when the civilization rose and fell, however, remains the subject of much investigation.
Oh, right, so this is giving me the full lore. This is going to be a full lore DLC. Alright, let's go.
It has been estimated that Eos came into existence some 4.5 billion years ago.
Oh, right, that was quick.
Ancient myths tell tales of 6 protector gods who first alighted upon Eos in the ancient Solheim era. Fossils thought to be remains of the oldest members of the human race were discovered in the Vistala region. Some claim that humans discovered fire in the Sukarp region even before the dawn of the Solheim civilization. According to legend, the fire god Ifrit first bestowed his burning wisdom upon a man who later sat the throne of Solheim. The enormous crevasse separating the regions of Klang and Disgaea is known as Telpar Crag. It is here that the War of the Astrals is said to have taken place. When Ifrit tried to reduce mankind to ash, the other gods fought back, and some claim this clash caused the collapse of Solheim. It is said that Ifrit, having lost the War of the Astrals, was interred atop the Rock of Ravito. After the war, the ice goddess Shiva allegedly sank into a deep slumber, nestled in the Goravas rift of Volup. To this day, no one knows what became of the blade god Bahamut. The earth god Titan can be seen supporting the meteor at the heart of the Disk of Kothis in Disgaea.
What's added to the archive? Eos world map diorama. Diorama of the world created by Chief Vistalizia. The model offers a bird's eye view of both Imperial territories as well as the lands the Empire has yet to conquer. His journal. A new journal? Yep, combating Lucian magic. And the Lucian soldiers' reliance on their monarch's magic is nothing new, nor do I expect the armed forces to switch up their strategy in the near future. It thus stands to reason that we ought to devise a plan to inhibit their abilities by whatever means necessary. I've given much thought to the idea of suppressing the Lucian magic, and while it may be some time until we have a working prototype, I believe we should have a fully functioning jamming device added to our Magitech arsenal before long. Further combat data would certainly help speed along the development process, especially data related to the divine. What a thrill it would be to take down a god using the form of one of their helpers. Okay. Cosmology, the king and his men.
At center, we see what I presume to be Lucian warriors and the kings of yore. I've learned a great deal about the first king of Lucis, but I never knew he was second in line. It seems to depict a legend in which the chosen king dispels the darkness. If that's true, does that mean Lucis intends to someday stand above all others? Their trifling tales mean nothing in the face of our superior technology. Only we can restore balance to our world.
Ooh, so evil and menacing and evil. Here is evil and menace. We hear you, Spike Spiegel. We hear you, Wolverine. We hear you. I know the actor's name, but it's just not in my mind. It's not even on the tip of my tongue. It's like, No, I'm thinking of the Goku actor now, Sean Schemmel.
At the top of the painting, we see the Oracle herself. The bloodline of the Oracle is one of the oldest in Eos, originating with Eromirus Flore. Only they possess the power to commune with the gods. This painting depicts the Oracle as some goddess of light herself. She'd doubtless prove a powerful ally if she could be persuaded.
The Hexaton.
On the sides of the frame, we see the Hexathion. Conspicuously absent is the traitorous god of fire who started the Great War of old. Perhaps developing a deeper understanding of the demons will bring us closer to comprehending their divine counterparts. But what if I were to find a way to combine those two disparate elements?
What if you were, my friend, what if you were? And the
By
fiends.
my estimation, the grotesque creatures depicted here are likely demons. Could this mean these monsters will be harbingers of the apocalypse? If only we could find a way to harness their power for ourselves.
The line of Lucis was chosen to eradicate evil from Eos. And with the divine on their side, how could they fail?
Prophecy. The Prophecy. A painting of unknown authorship depicts the legends foretold in the cosmology and then passed down through the Lucian royal family. The composite features a man known as the Chosen King, who, by the grace of the beautiful goddess, purges the world of its scourge and restores light to the light of peace. It's actually knocked. More Bethesda Journal. Let's go. Would it be this one? Lucian Magic. The Dragon. The Messengers. While written references of the divine host of the messengers remain, our excavatory expedition to Tapir Crag has uncovered some interesting information via word of mouth while investigating the surrounding area. Based on what we've heard, the demigods fought alongside the deities they serve in the world of the Astrals, with the followers of the traitorous Infernal being all from a race from the annals of history after suffering defeat at the hands of the other gods. Little else is known about the messengers, but I'm determined to discover more about these fascinating creatures. If we want to rest up and save up, the option is there. What we got? No? Let's go. Let's not go around activating devices. I set those three myself. Was it that one? It's the Draconian. Next to godliness. Godliness. Yeah. I've made a discovery both startling and outstanding. The monster known as the Adigum is none other than Ardyn Lucius Callum, older brother to the founder of King Lucius. Words cannot describe the sense of elation that eloped me knowing that I was able to converse with a creature who had lived for hundreds of years. His powers do not cease to amaze. Not only can he absorb the demonic miasma into his body, but he can pass the plague on to others as well. He also claims to have gained a glimpse into their psyche when doing so, relive their memories, so to speak. If it's true, then it would seem the man has been blessed with both eternal life and unlimited wisdom. He's practically a god in his own right. Ah, oh, no wonder I went crazy cuckoo for Cocoa Bus. Look at all that praise.
Demons were first officially recognized as a new species roughly 200 years ago. According to ancient texts, however, humans have suffered from a parasitic plague wrought by the demons for upward of 2 millennia. Demonification is caused by a mutant strain of plasmodia that takes root in living creatures and changes their cellular structures. Infected creatures begin to disperse miasmal particles, the spread of which is known as the Star Scourge. This model is a replica made from plaster poured into a demon-shaped cavity discovered deep underground. Demons sublimate when their vital functions cease, so this particular specimen must have vaporized after the mud around it had already solidified. Scientists believe this subject burrowed into the earth in order to shield itself from the light of the sun.
Demon model. Archives. Demon model. A model that Chief Basidia made by pouring plaster into the demon-shaped cavity. One likely formed when the demon got trapped in a mudslide and ultimately sublimated after the earth had hardened around its body. The creature has been replicated with frightening accuracy. The resemblance is so uncanny that one might mistake the creation for the real thing. I'll be honest, I did. I thought they were in a cage. Didn't think they were casts. It's like the Natural History Museum all over again. Activate the device? Yeah, let's go for it.
Given the demon's aversion to light, they typically stick to the shadows until the sun fades and the night falls. Adagium, however, is different. Unlike his demon brethren, he can still function uninhibited in broad daylight. Of course, the ultraviolet rays harm him, much like they would any other demon. Yet his cells regenerate quickly enough to essentially negate the damage.
It stings. Like the light of the sun. Perhaps I'd best cover up.
New information has been added. Sunlight irradiator, a laboratory designed to replicate natural sunlight and study its effect on demonkind. Chief has discovered that although the Ardyn incurs slight injuries when exposed to the sun, his regenerative abilities quickly negate the damage done. The Undying Prisoner.
Adagium. That is what the Lucians call the monster they imprisoned for 2,000 long years. His powers surpass those of any mortal, and his body is all but impervious to attack. It's no wonder the Founder King sealed him away on the Isle of Angel Guard. He undoubtedly feared this monster might challenge his reign.
Capture of the Adagium.
It seems fortune smiles upon me. Though the Lucians kept him locked away for 2,000 years, I've managed to secure Adagium for myself. The raging winds and stormy seas may have cast all others away, but the waves parted for me that day and led the way. While I've yet to conduct any official research, the potential he proved in combat was most promising. I estimate his powers easily surpass anything mankind has ever seen. Perhaps this streak of luck has just begun.
Fascinating, isn't it? I pored over the ancient texts and found scarcely a mention of you. I barely believed you existed till I saw you with my own eyes. With your help, my research is proceeding smoothly. You have my thanks.
Archives, data log, the Angel Guard. The island, situated off the southern coast of the Lucian mainland, is said to bear some connection to the storm god Rahma. Commoners were forbidden to set foot on the island, a rule that the royal family enforced with all their might, which nevertheless proved no match for Chief Basidia. In the millennium 721, he freed Ardyn from his stone cell and escorted him back to his laboratory on the outskirts of Gralia. The following year, the former prisoner was renamed Ardyn Izuna and branded an imperial citizen.
This must be how the gods feel looking down upon our world. Here we have a model of imperial territory. It includes our present lands as well as our future acquisitions. Feel free to have a look.
Alright, well, we're going to take a break because we're 15 minutes in. Yeah, this is a much slower pace than I expected it to be. Take a break and save your game on the sofa in the facility. Yes, let's take a rest. Alright guys, thanks very much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.